In 68 CE, the Roman world was thrown into crisis. The long and controversial reign of Nero ended in chaos as revolts spread across the provinces. Abandoned by the Senate, condemned as a public enemy, and deserted by the Praetorian Guard, Nero took his own life. With him died the Julio-Claudian dynasty, the bloodline that had ruled since Augustus. For the first time in nearly a century, Rome had no designated successor. The illusion of smooth imperial succession shattered overnight. Into the vacuum stepped Galba, governor of Hispania. Backed by legions who had rebelled against Nero, Galba was recognized by the Senate and marched into Rome as emperor. He promised a return to discipline, austerity, and traditional Roman virtue. But his rigid leadership quickly made enemies. The Praetorian Guard expected generous rewards for supporting his claim, yet Galba refused to pay them the bonuses they believed they were owed. His strict cost-cutting and harsh punishments alienated soldiers and senators alike. When he bypassed a powerful ally and adopted Piso as his heir, resentment boiled over. In January 69 CE, the Praetorian Guard revolted. Galba was cut down in the Roman Forum, his head paraded through the streets, an unmistakable sign that the emperor's power depended on military loyalty. The Guard declared Otho the new emperor. But even as Otho secured Rome, legions on the Rhine had already proclaimed their own commander, Vitellius, as ruler. Vitellius's hardened troops marched toward Italy, determined to claim the throne. In April 69 CE, the rival armies clashed at the First Battle of Bedriacum in northern Italy. Otho's forces were defeated. Facing inevitable collapse and unwilling to prolong civil war, Otho made a startling choice. After only 3 months as emperor, he committed suicide, declaring that he would not sacrifice more Roman lives for his ambition. Even his enemies would later acknowledge the dignity of his final act. Vitellius entered Rome as the 3rd emperor of the year. At first, he was welcomed as a stabilizing force. But discipline soon eroded. His troops looted the countryside, and his court became notorious for indulgence and excess. Reports of extravagant banquets and wasteful spending spread, undermining confidence in his rule. Meanwhile, far from Rome, a more formidable rival was rising. In the east, commanding legions during the suppression of the Jewish revolt, stood Vespasian. A seasoned general of practical temperament, Vespasian had the loyalty of powerful armies in Syria and Egypt. Most crucially, he controlled Egypt's grain supply, the lifeline of Rome's population. In July 69 CE, his troops proclaimed him emperor. Support quickly spread among the Danubian legions, and momentum shifted decisively. Vespasian's forces advanced into Italy and met Vitellius's army at the Second Battle of Bedriacum. Once again, northern Italy became the stage for imperial bloodshed. Vitellius's troops were defeated, and chaos erupted in Rome. Street fighting broke out, buildings burned, and even the Capitoline Hill, the sacred heart of the city, was engulfed in flames. The empire's capital had become a battlefield. Vitellius attempted to hide, but he was captured by Vespasian's soldiers. Dragged through the streets, mocked and beaten, he was executed and his body thrown into the Tiber River. In less than 12 months, 4 emperors had risen and fallen. 3 had died violently. The empire had been shaken to its foundations. When Vespasian entered Rome in December 69 CE, he brought much-needed stability. Unlike his predecessors, he did not rely on noble lineage, but on military authority and administrative competence. He restored discipline to the army, repaired the treasury, and began ambitious building projects, including the Flavian Amphitheater, known today as the Colosseum. His reign marked the beginning of the Flavian dynasty and a renewed sense of order. The year of the 4 emperors revealed a crucial transformation in Roman politics. Emperors were no longer made by bloodline or Senate decree, but by the legions. Power flowed from the provinces to the capital, carried on the shields of soldiers. Though Rome survived the chaos of 69 CE, it emerged changed, more militarized, more dependent on army loyalty, and more aware of how quickly imperial authority could collapse. Out of civil war came a new dynasty and a harder, more pragmatic empire, one that would endure for another 3 centuries.